Hello, Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and mercy of God be upon you all. Welcome to my channel. If you're here, you must be wondering, who is a hero? What constitutes a hero? These are the following questions that I will attempt to answer in the following video. Throughout history, heroes have served as a symbol of courage, strength, and nobility. They were people that were looked up to by others that were deemed lesser or incapable of the incredible achievements that only the heroes could realize. In the Greek mythology, a hero was a person of superhuman qualities and often with semi-divine origins. One of these Greek semi-divine heroes is the famous, strong Hercules. Many kids have grown up watching Hercules throwing dragons off cliffs and carrying stone pillars in colossal mansions. I remember the thrill I felt as a kid watching Hercules on his adventures, defeating monsters in mountains, Spider-Man shooting webs from his wrists, and crawling up skyscrapers, and last but not least, Superman with his red cape, shooting up into the sky with one of his fists forward. It gave me this sense of accomplishment, which I dare say could have been shared with other kids at the time. I remember feeling this sense of envy. How would it be like to be able to do those amazing things? Superhuman, I guess. However, in today's television, superhero characters have evolved to become more complex. The more recent heroes having more fascinating powers and much more exotic costumes. Examples of these are the Avengers, Green Lantern, and Frodo in The Lord of the Rings. Regardless of the transformations they have gone through, there are theme messages that have been prevalent. In all of these shows, the hero must be attractive, physically strong, and have superhuman abilities, all of which I argue have nothing to do with being a real superhero. Why is this the case? I believe a hero is not a title that is earned, but a phenomenon that exists in all life forms. Allow me to demonstrate. Being a hero is an experience every human being goes through, at least multiple times in his or her life. Every time a mother wakes up in the middle of the night to feed her baby, even though she'd rather pretend she didn't hear it cry. Every time you take the extra change back to the shopkeeper instead of pocketing it. Every time you show kindness to an animal that you could have easily harmed. Every time you offer to carry a bag for a friend. Every time a person decides to open a foundation to support people with specific illnesses, like my friend Maury Kodek. Every time one motivates another to steadfastness. Every time you overcome your pride and say you're sorry for the wrong you have done. Every time you pick up a harmful object off the road. Every time you think of giving up on yourself and you don't. Every time you smile at the face of your fellow man. Every time you resist the urge to judge and oppress others based on their color and ethnicity. Every time you give to a homeless individual. Every time you tell the truth when it is more convenient to lie. Every time you sacrifice to serve. Every time you help an elderly person cross the road. Every time you show gratitude for the blessings you have been bestowed. Every time you do the right thing, even when it's easier to do the wrong. These instances are what I chose to call a hero moment. For that few moments of your life, when the good and the selfless in you has taken charge, you are the sole definition of a hero. The beauty of this is the sincerity. To be a true hero, no one has to know what you did. The best and the purest of heroes are those who act when no one is watching. In these shows, there is also the idea that the hero is all good and the villain is all bad. This again is a complete fallacy. In the real world, there is no pure good or evil. We are all in the middle of the mixture of the two. Some days are good, and others I choose to call growth-inspiring days. No one is good all the time or bad all the time. We all have a hero and a villain inside of us, and our lives are a rotation of hero moments and villain moments. Nevertheless, there are people in history who have mastered their hero moments and turned these moments into their very characters, thus behaving like a hero all the time. One such person is my role model and the truest of heroes, who has impacted my life and the lives of millions of people all around the world. A kind, generous, selfless, just, honest, patient, courageous, gentle, and wise man who lived 1,400 years ago. That noble man is Prophet Muhammad. May peace and blessings be upon him. Not only was his character impeccable, he taught people how to master the hero inside of them and contain the villain. He introduced the idea that being a hero is not reserved for the special among us, but rather being a hero was a skill that could be mastered. Anyone can be a hero whenever they choose to be. It's simple. The capacity is in all of us to be as we wish to be and choose what we choose to choose, no matter the circumstance we are in. The will to be a true hero is in turn ours. So, who is your hero? What is your definition of a hero? Tell me down in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Jazakallah.
مسكين قلبك لا يقوى لا يتحمل أن يبقى في ضيق خصام لا لن يقدر فطرتك تنادي بصفاء مهما يحصل سامح واصفح أنت الرابح وغدا تؤجر